Fisherman and His Wife. Once upon a time, by the edge of a vast blue sea, there lived a poor fisherman named Arjun and his wife, Mira. They lived in a tiny hut made of wood and straw. Though their home was small and their meals were simple, the fisherman was content. Each morning he cast his net into the waves, and each evening he brought home whatever the sea gave him. But Mira was not always happy. She often sighed, "Why must we live in this small hut? Why can't we be rich like others?" One morning, as Arjun pulled in his net, he was astonished to find a golden fish caught inside. But this was no ordinary fish, it spoke. "Kind fisherman," said the fish in a gentle voice, "please let me go. I am not an ordinary fish, but a magical one. Spare my life, and I will grant you any wish." Arjun, a kind man, lifted the fish carefully and said, "I need no reward. Go back to the sea and be free." And he let the fish slip back into the waves. When he told Mira what had happened, her eyes grew wide. "A magic fish! And you asked for nothing," she cried. "Go back and ask it to give us a better house." Though Arjun did not care for riches, he wanted to please his wife. So he went back to the shore and called, "Magic fish! Magic fish! Hear my humble wish. My wife is sad. Her heart feels bad. Grant her what she desires, if it does not make you tired." The fish rose from the water and asked, "What is your wife's wish?" "She wishes for a little cottage, better than our hut," said Arjun. "Go home," said the fish. "It is already done." To his surprise, when Arjun returned, their hut had turned into a neat little cottage with strong walls and a garden. Mira was delighted for a while, but soon her eyes wandered. "This cottage is too small," she said one morning. "Go back to the fish and ask for a grand stone palace." Arjun shook his head. "Wife, the fish has already been kind. We must be grateful." But Mira insisted, and so Arjun returned to the sea. He called again, and the fish appeared. "My wife wishes for a grand palace," he said softly. "Go home," replied the fish. "It is already done." Indeed, the cottage was now a magnificent palace with golden doors and shining floors. Mira wore fine clothes, and servants attended to her. But her greed only grew. "I want more," she demanded. "Go back and ask the fish to make me a queen." Arjun begged her to be content, but she would not listen. Reluctantly, he went again, and the fish granted the wish. Mira became a proud queen, with a crown upon her head. Yet even that did not satisfy her. Day after day, she found new desires. "I want to rule the land, the sea, even the sun and the moon," she declared. "Tell the fish I must become the ruler of the world." Arjun was frightened. "This is too much, Mira. The fish may grow angry." But she shouted, "Go at once." So, with a heavy heart, Arjun called the fish once more. The sea was dark and stormy now, the waves crashing angrily. The fish rose and asked in a stern voice, "What does your wife want this time?" Arjun trembled. "She wishes to rule the world itself." The fish's eyes glowed. "Go home," it said.
When Arjun returned, he found no palace, no crown, no riches.
His wife sat in their old broken hut, just as before. Mira burst into tears. Arjun gently said, "Wife, the fish gave us many gifts, but our greed took them all away. We had enough, but we did not treasure it. Happiness does not come from endless. One tinget comes from being content." Mira hung her head in shame and finally understood. From then on, she learned to be grateful for what they had. And though they lived once again in their small hut by the sea, their hearts were lighter, and true happiness returned. Moral of the story: greed never ends. It only destroys peace. Be thankful for what you have, and happiness will follow. Contentment is greater than riches.